Yo, yo, yo. What's good, gang, gang? We in the building, man. It's your boy Phil Scores here. Just a quick little video. Just want to give you guys a rundown, an update on myself. Basically, a biography of me and how I started loving football. Basically, this is just going to be a little video saying, hey, if you like me, if you love football like me, you could be as good. I ain't saying I'm the pro, but with only playing this game for about a year now, I've got to Division 1 a few times, so uh, and from what I heard, some people never been playing it for years and never got to Division 1. You know what I mean? It's tough, especially in the era where Smart Assist was the main culprit for a lot of people not playing this game. And I'm gonna get into that a little detail later on in the video. But as I start this off, and right now we're watching my AI play events right now against Ghana. But to me, eFootball is the mecca of soccer right now, soccer games in general, because you have FC, you have UFL, and you have goals. Now, I've played UFL and FC. I've never played goals. I've seen it being played, and it looks like a cool game. It's just too arcadey, too anime for me. Like, I can't do it. Like, that's just me personally. And here's why. 2011 PES is where I first played any type of rendition of PES, right? Because we know it's not called that anymore. It's called eFootball. So I want to say back in 2014, it was either 2014 or 15. I want to say 2014 is when I went to GameStop to get my kids a video game, and I ended up getting them a Nintendo Wii. And I had them pick several games out. And as they were picking their games, I just like, let me see what they got. So I stumbled across PES 2011 with Messi on the front. And you guys see which one I'm talking about because it'll be in the thumbnail. So I get this game and I was like, man, I asked the guy, the clerk, like, is this a good game? He's like, yeah, they've been out for a minute, ever since winning 11 and all that. So they got a good, foundation set. It's a really good game. You'll like it. So I get the game. And as soon as I load it up, you know, immediately I'm like, dang, this game is really nice for it to be like 3 or 4 years old. Excuse me, because it was like 2014 and the game came out like 2011. So it was a few years old because I got it on a deal, right? So I playing the game and I'm just like obsessed with it. I mean, to the point where my kids are like, Dad, can we play the game? And I'm like, hold on. Let me finish this game real quick. You know what I mean? Let me finish this match and then I'll let y'all play because they wanted to play Wii Sports. You know what I'm saying? So just bringing back those memories make me laugh and make me think about the good times. So I'm playing that and just loving the game. So as time goes forward, I kind of, you know, wasn't into games is what I just didn't have the time as much as I did then, and I do now. But a long story short, fast forward to 2025, right? I had a friend who was playing FC at the time, and he was only playing like the like rush, you know what I mean? Like where it was only like three players, 3-on-3, something like that, or 3-on-4 or 4-on-4, excuse me, like 4-on-4 on FC, right? And he talked me into buying it, and I ended up buying it and playing it with him when he would play it, right? I wasn't really like into it because to me it just didn't have that same feeling like when I played PES on the Nintendo Wii. Now, granted, it was the Nintendo Wii, so the graphics were more like avatar if you want to say, you know what I mean? They probably look better on the PS2 at the time, I think it was, PS3. And those graphics were just like way better. But long story short, it just didn't have that feel. FC, I'm talking about. So I played it a little bit, but I didn't play it as much. So as I weaned off that FC 25, UFL had just came out. So I started playing that, and right off the back, I loved it. I was like, man, this game is cool. It's something new. It's fresh. It don't feel like, super arcadey, even though it has some arcade things about it. I wasn't like, you know what I mean? I wasn't a big avid gamer in soccer, so I couldn't really. tell the difference until I started playing other games and watching other games and seeing the difference and started really getting into football and knowing how it should be played, right? So I'm like, yeah, FC really ain't it, but I'm gonna play it. Started playing, like I said, UFL, and I was just like, okay, I really like how this is moving. So as I'm playing it, I'm starting to realize like I need to figure out what am I doing like in this game, right? Tactics, everything else. So I look in YouTube and I stumble across a guy named OG Gangster FC. Now he was playing the game and he had been playing it for a little while, but he had a lot of tactic videos that really helped me and I really implemented it in my game. So it helped me out a lot and big kudos to bro because he's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this channel, why I'm even into eFootball because he ultimately filtered me over there, over to where he was at. You know what I mean? He brought me over to the dark side, or you want to say the good side, the whatever side, but it was the better side to me, and I'm glad he did. Um, so I'm so back in the UFL, I'm playing and I'm using his tactics. Now they started having all type of like stuff going on with the game where it was like you can do like glitches and certain things to trigger uh you know trigger player movement to where it was either freezing your players or just your players wouldn't respond. It was just kind of whack. So it was just a lot of stuff going on at the game at the time. It was in another bad spot, right? So he left the game and went over to eFootball. So June of last year, uh I was on one of his lives and he was playing and I had been watching him play it for a while too, and I'm just like, man, this game looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the game I was playing back then. And I asked him one day on this live, like, bro, like, hey man, is this game really good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see you playing it now. Like, it has to be if that's the case. And he just was like, bro, this is it. Like, he came kind of gave the rundown of the history of it on when he was on live, and kind of just was like, bro, this is where you probably should be at. Like, it's way better. It just moves way better. You know what I mean? Like, trust me. So I took his word for it, downloaded it the next day, and immediately fell in love with it. Like, ever since then, I've been playing this game every day since June of last year. Uh, Like I've really grown the love for not just this game, but actual football now because of this game and because of the realness to it. Like granted, it's a video game. We know everything is not going to be real, but for me, it felt like I was on the pitch. It felt like I was making those passes. It felt like I was making shooting those goals and scoring. You know what I mean? Uh, I've only played soccer in recess. When I was in like elementary school. Just coming where I'm from, it just wasn't played like that unless you were literally at recess. You know what I mean? Like none of my friends played it outside of that. So anytime I got a chance to play it, yeah, I would love to play it. And my favorite player all time is Messi. He's my GOAT. Him and Ronaldinho. Now Ronaldinho is the reason why I fell in love with soccer because I seen him in that 2002 Brazilian Cup, and to me that was just like, man, that's why I really bought that game, PES for the Wii, because I was just like, man, I love soccer, and I just like, I like how this guy's really he plays, you know what I mean? So as I started playing this, I really, like I said, fell in love with it. Um, got, I I don't want to say I got myself in too deep because I haven't. I don't feel like I spent a lot of money, but I have spent some money on this game. Like, granted, like I got top players, I got a lot of cards, and yes, I've had to unfortunately empty a box or two before, right? For a player. And actually one box I've had to do that, but I've came close a few times, right, to emptying out a box. I've only had to empty out a box for one time, but at the end of the day, like this is the game that I'm going to stick with, and I continue to stick with. Uh, just for the simple fact is, I feel like it's too real, and it has all the structure of being like the best game out there when it comes to soccer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I felt that if it wouldn't have took the smart assist routes, it probably could have already taken over FC. But when it implemented smart assist, it kind of affected a lot of things. And one of the things for me was my brother from another mother, the guy that I was just mentioning, OG. Now, me and him are thicker than thieves. You know what I mean? We tight like glue right now, and anything he need from me, I got him. He already know that we speak on each other. We speak to each other on every weekly basis. So um, he got my number anytime he needs anything, and I got his. So I really got a lot of love and respect for him because he's helped me in so many ways on and off the pitch, just pushing me to be a better person, to be a better gamer, to be a better footballer because he sees the potential. He knows I'm not trying to cut any corners. I'm trying to grind and I'm trying to just get better at whatever I do. And that's just life in general. We play these games because they're an outlet from life sometimes, you know what I mean? The pain of sometimes dealing with everything that you might be dealing with, you know what I mean, outside of when you're turning this game on, you know what I'm saying? It could be stressful, but when we turn on this game, we want to play it maybe not at a high level, maybe at a high level, but we want to play it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like people in life. Everybody's not going to do the right thing, but you do have people out here who really do want to do the right thing and for the most part do it. You know what I'm saying? But back to me just loving this game and where I plan on going. Like I've gotten to Division 1 a few times now. I want to say 3 times, and this will be my fourth. During like 4 different phases, right? I'll probably eventually get to it. I don't. For me right now, until I can get my setup the way I want it, I'm just trying to get a lot of the division rewards, meaning like top 50,000. So I'm not trying to get to the top. Like I've got to top 16,000 before, right? But one day I'm gonna set a goal for myself when I have the time because you got to play a lot of games. Like you got to play a lot of games and then you have to win them. Like I know I'm gonna take some losses, so I gotta play a lot more games than maybe some people because I might not win all my games, you know. But at the end of the day, I have to have time to play more games in order to get a lot better if I wanted to ever be a pro. Now, mind you, I've beaten some top players. You know what I mean? Top 64, uh, top 46, I think is the highest I beat before. Uh, so like I've beaten some top players and at the end of the day, if I can do it, y'all can too. It just takes the time, the practice, and the grind. The practice is the most important thing. If you want to become good at anything, you got to practice, right? I mean, I know what Allen Iverson say. Everybody's not blessed to just wake up one day and just, do whatever you do at a high level. Some people are fortunate like that, but we got to be real out here, folks. Most people can't just hop on a game and just clearly just dominate. You got to be really talented or really knowledgeable about certain things in order to do that. And it's like I said, it's anomalies out there, right? I get that, but we all know most part people you got to put in the work, and that's what it's about. You put in the work, you get better, and at the end of the day, you see the results. You know what I'm saying? So as we watch my team just crushing Ghana right now, you see who I got out there. Zanetti, that was him with the little curl finish. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this game is it, man. Like I said, this game is it. It has all the tools to really be the best game, and I really think it low key is, but people just don't really want to admit it because I don't know. It just I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just think people really know this is the best game. They just don't want to admit it, especially if you're a FC guy because you've been playing that for so long and you like, man, this game can be better than the game I've been playing for so long that I've bought year after year after year after year, you know? So I don't know. I don't know who's getting over on who is whether Konami's getting over people with players or whether people or FC's getting over players with having them buy the game every year. You know what I mean? So at the end, then giving them like trash servers and trash gameplay to the point where they're coming over to eFootball now. A lot of the top guys are coming over now, right? We see that, and that's good. That's good because that means things can get fixed in our game. That means they could paint a bigger picture or paint a bigger brush and use it to, you know, spread the word and be like, hey, this ain't right. Hey, y'all need to change this. Hey, people ain't liking this, or they could actually go through what we're going through, you know. But yeah, it's tough because Smart Assist put people in a lot of places, especially my boy OG. He left the game and it put me in a bad spot because I was dependent on him to kind of, you know, bring me up under his wing like Danielson, like Mr. Miyagi, you know what I'm saying? Wax on, wax off, you know. If y'all know, y'all know. If y'all old enough to know about Karate Kid, then you know what I'm saying. I might have to go to Jaden for y'all, Jaden Smith. Y'all might know about Jaden Smith. See, he could be Mr. Miyagi and then I'll be Jaden Smith, you know what I'm saying? He was my sensei, you know what I'm saying? Then he up and left when Smart Assist was just took over. He was like, bro, I can't do it. And I don't blame him because he's passionate. He's passionate about the game. He's passionate about this game. He didn't play the game at a high level. You know what I mean? So he's like, bro, this is not it. All this these crutches and me people the AI holding these players hands to the point where they're not even having to do nothing but just move the stick and press a button, like that's two button commands. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Moving the analog stick and then pressing a button. Like, you don't have to think, you don't have to. And I get it, people work 10-hour shifts and don't want to have to do that. But you know what the crazy thing is? I work 10-hour shifts too. I work 12-hour shift too, and still come home, relax, and still want to turn on the game and play it the right way. That don't give me an excuse to be like, oh man, I'm just gonna play the game and just not care and like no, like yeah, granted, it's a game. If you don't want to use your mind power and you've used it up at work or wherever you was doing before you got there and you just want to play the game, then I guess I suggest you just turn on another game that's not going to command that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if any game you turn on, your brain is going to have to be used. You're going to have to use some type of motor skills. You're going to have to move, you know what I mean? Hand-eye coordination. You're going to have to do something. So, you know, I don't really give the rats and all the people who like to use those little shortcuts to try and win a game, to make it to make it fair, make it be like, oh, this is justified, but because it's just a game. Like no, it's I don't want to hear that. I've never accepted that. That's just me. Uh, I don't think a lot of people accept that, but that's just the way society is. We have a lot of lazy people out here. We got a lot of people that don't want to work, that want to just sit on their ass all day. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. I'm not one of them people. I like to put in the work because I like to know that I did something and I didn't cut any corners. I didn't cheat anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I really was values and morals. There's a lot of people don't have. Not that I know it's just a game, y'all, but y'all gotta understand what I'm trying to say. It's bigger than just being a game. It's just like your code and how your DNA and how you wired. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can cheat in the game, I can only imagine what you're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? This is just a game. Like you win, lose or draw, you're gonna wake up tomorrow, you're gonna get off the game, you're gonna go about living your life. This doesn't this doesn't make or break you. You know what I'm saying? This game, whether if you win or lose, it's not gonna mean too much of nothing, especially if you're not fighting for like number one spots or you're in the world tournaments like Jinsu or Jay Victor and all these guys who play, and Dominator, these guys who done really put in a lot of time, a lot of hours to get really good at the game. So they get to the tournament and then they lose. Yeah, they can be mad, but they're going to be mad at themselves, not at the player, because the player got to use uh, some type of move or some AI assistance thing that helped them win. You know what I mean? They won, they lost, they won fair and square, they lost fair and square. They're going to be mad. You're going to, but that's the beauty of it. You get knocked down, you get back up. You know what I'm saying? And you dust yourself off. You try again. You know what I mean? And if you keep putting in the work, eventually you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that simple. Like it's just that simple. Like I don't want to get too much into all this, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a rundown of me and who I am. I didn't want to make this video super long, But I just want to give you guys a rundown of, you know, who Phil Scores FC is and where I'm going. Like I said, hopefully I can get top 100 in the world one day, especially if I get some time because if I'm able to put in the time, I could really do some damage in this game. But moving forward, man, I'm gonna have videos on explaining how, you know, how to shoot, how to just move, dribbling. Like I think the creators they're explaining it, but they have so much other stuff they have to do. Like I don't think they're explaining it all the way to the point where certain people like me who are just coming in can really understand it because a lot of people haven't played football on a high level or you know what I'm saying any level. So they just want to play a game and because they like Messi or they like Ronaldo or whoever, then I think it's easier, simpler ways to kind of break the game down. Uh, so I'm gonna do my best to show you guys how I do my tactics, what I really use, what really helps you, because this game is real tactical. It's really manual. It really is because you can control a lot of stuff. Like I don't think people can realize how much you can really control. But I'm going to get into that, man. I'm going to break that down and, you know, hopefully you guys are going to be along the ride. So, man, just wanted to give a shout out to OG Gangster FC. Make sure y'all check out his page. He's on YouTube. He has a Twitch and Kick channel too. I don't know that. But if you go to his page on YouTube, which is OG Gangster FC, click his link. It'll take you to all his streaming platforms. Uh, Big shout out to him. I just want to say, tell him thank you if he listened to this video. Uh, but yeah, man, it's more times, and more fun to come, man. It's your boy Phil Score. I'm out.